He's a wimp. How many people listen to me? It's like, I don't even know who these people are. But I never called Mike Pence a wimp. I never called him a wimp. Mike Pence had a chance to be great. He had a chance to be, frankly, historic. But just like Bill Barr and the rest of these weak people, Mike, and I say it sadly because I like him, but Mike did not have the courage to act.
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here, and I'm sorry for everyone who watches this clip. It's really sick to see a fascist rally on American soil being dictated by a former president. Stop and think about that for a minute. Listen to these words from this anti-American puke. Because of weak, corruptible cowards and the hopelessly stupid, we have these fascist tirades broadcast as news, and it's sick. There was a time when this country stood together and paid lives to defend this country from diseases like this. Now half of the political machinery in this country promotes it with their every effort. But I want you all to listen really carefully to these words and what's really being said. History is going to look back on this time. We have the fascist leader here denouncing his former vice president for not slitting America's throat and anointing him king on the unholy blood altar that was the January 6th coup attempt.
Bill Barr was afraid of certain things, and you know what they were? Please don't impeach me. Don't impeach me, Bill Barr. Please. I said, what's wrong with being impeached? I got impeached twice, and my poll numbers went up. I don't want to be impeached, sir. I don't want to be impeached.
Yes, Mike Pence could have been a disgusting, evil murderer of America, but he stopped short of that. And some perverted American citizens actually cheered this twisted tangerine tyrant's warped words, chastising Pence for doing so. In a civil world, not only would Pence would never sniff elected office again for supporting the debacle that was Donald Trump from the beginning, but Trump himself would be in maximum security the rest of his life as the enemy of this nation that he most clearly is.
But Mike was afraid of whatever he was afraid of. But as you heard a year and a half ago, Mike Pence had absolutely no choice but to be a human conveyor belt. He was a human conveyor belt. Even if the votes were fraudulent, they said he had to send the votes, couldn't do anything. I said, well, what happens when you have more votes than you had voters? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
This is a weird reality that we're living in, that neighboring people can be so blind as to let corruption take over to the point that they cheer for it. They clamor for the demise of their own democracy. They are either so inept, so perverted by hostility, or so corrupt that they will forfeit America for the dictatorship of a completely corrupt, self-serving narcissist whose tactics are the most hollow lies and moronic shams that wouldn't fool an honest third grader. And yet the right-wing propaganda machine has enslaved the entire Republican Party to the will of an idiot who doesn't even grasp the simplest tenets of conservative political philosophy. The MAGA master-slave relationship will blow the minds of historians to come for centuries. Machiavelli was child's play compared to this. Who would have thought it was so easy to dominate a citizenry? But alas, Republican voters have proven themselves the most ignorant mass post-Enlightenment. Wait, who am I kidding? The most ignorant mass since our species walked upright. It is at once the most frightening and the most disappointing thing that I've ever witnessed. But the January 6 hearings do give me hope. Of course, hope that Trump is convicted, as he should be. If any citizen had committed those deeds of treason, they would have been locked away in a heartbeat. I can't bear the idea that political manipulation can free you of any crime. That's third world dictatorship territory, not the law of our land. But also hope in the fact of seeing sane, competent, sensible American patriots testify, and especially those who are prosecuting this anti-American, fascist wannabe tyrant. It horrifies me how precious few of the Republican Party have the backbone to stand for country over party. It really goes to show that there is nothing politics about these two parties in America right now. You are either on the side of democracy or you are on the side of the kind of evil this country has bled to protect you from for generations. To say these are unique times is the understatement of a century. We have an ex-president that is a traitor to this nation and a present threat that wants to kill America. And we have people that are so brain dead and others that are so perversely corrupt to defend him. I'm telling you, this is the time when true patriots of this nation that understand the gravity of this moment must come out and demand justice comes down upon active treason. Those of us who know better must now do better and make sure we are doing everything in our power to save this country. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.